competitiveness?
Love the competitiveness. It was a great performance in terms of our defense and our energy and just the fight from start to finish. We just couldn't close the game, couldn't finish it out. But I think the main thing, we can come out of that game and recognizing our team. That's our team. So it's a great sign, and that's what it needs to look like from here on out, but with a little better decision-making offensively. And we go from there, and we got a chance to be really good.
Just wanted to ask you about a couple plays late. The Clay off-ball foul that was kind of killer, and then Jordan checking up the half-court shot. I assume that's because you guys thought he was going to get fouled.
Yeah, Jordan was trying the Chris Paul trick, where they're going to foul, and so as they reach, you go up and they pulled back, so they didn't foul him. So, but the foul on Clay, I didn't see the play, but yeah, I mean, you want to force a team to make a bucket in that situation. They had a pin, looked like a pin for Booker going, and they got tangled up, and the foul was called.
You mentioned Jordan. You wanted to see Jordan, get into it defensively and be physical. Obviously, he scored the 38 tonight. But did you see that across the board from him tonight?
From Jordan? Yeah. I thought his defensive effort was much better than it's been the last couple of weeks, and I think with Draymond out there setting the tone and Andre back, it lifts up the entire team defensively. And those guys are out there not just doing their jobs in terms of our schemes and coverages, but leading the group and making sure guys are staying engaged. So we just felt much more connected defensively overall, and Jordan was a big part of that.
What kept you in the game? With Jordan being the only one really supplying efficient offense, Clay struggled. Andrew, what were the factors that kept you in the game offensively?
Well, defense, just getting stops and allowing us to stay in the game and not letting them to pull away. And obviously getting to the foul line, 20 for 25 from the foul line was a good performance. And, we rebounded pretty well. But the main thing is when you defend, you're always in the game. And that's the whole point. If you can defend at a high level, get stops, then you got a chance.
We've been talking about defense for the past week or so after during that road trip. What were the specific things different about tonight that allowed you guys to really lock in on that end? Just
the intensity and the connection between the five guys on the floor. The help was there. The ball pressure was good. And, guys competed. They played really, really hard.
Kind of piggybacking off the previous question, the Suns had a 12-2 lead really early on, and then the tables kind of turned and you guys pulled ahead by 3 by the end of the third quarter. What kind of prompted or motivated that surge?
The defense, defending and getting stops. And I think Draymond took a step tonight, though. It looked to me like he was a step quicker to the ball, step quicker to his rotations. Looked like he turned the corner physically, and that was a great sign.
Staying on the theme of defense, it seems like that game really flipped in the first quarter when Gary came into the game. What are your thoughts on the way he guarded tonight? I know we spent some time on Booker, on Paul.
Yeah, Gary has been doing this for us all season. And, it's a good matchup for him because they've got, 2 all-star, Hall of Fame guards, and it requires a lot of attention, a lot of focus, and a lot of manpower. And so Gary's a great option to help on those guys.
Steve, you just touched on it, but is this the best that Draymond has looked since he's gotten back?
Yeah.
What's the balance for you when Clay's having one of these off shooting nights? Obviously he's come back, he's had huge nights, but at times tonight, obviously they're quick shots. He's 5 of 21. How do you guys try to balance that? Maybe have him cut some of those out in those.
Yeah, I mean,
moments?
that's all part of it for Clay. That's kind of how it's been, and not totally unexpected coming off of a 2.5 year absence. A lot of ups and downs, and he's such a competitor. He wants to do well so badly. He tends to press when things aren't going his way, but that's just because of how much he cares, and just got to keep encouraging him. The whole point is we got to get great shots for each other, and Clay had a couple of games on that trip that we just got home from where he gave up the ball and got it back, and he's got to trust that it's going to come back to him. And when he does that and the ball moves, that's when we're at our best anyway.
Before the game, you talked about how you were watching film, saying earlier, this was our team earlier in the year. How important was it to see, that same, like the resemblance of that early team at this point in the season and against, someone like the Suns who are so high in the standings?
Yeah, I mean, that's there's 5 games left now. So we've talked about it really for the last couple of weeks. Every game matters. Every possession matters. It's a chance to get better. It's a chance to get whole. And so this has to be a game we use as a springboard. The defense has to hold. We have to demand that. And now we have to execute better. We had, I think, 14 turnovers in the first half. We had some big turnovers in the second that hurt us. I thought our energy was so good that we almost got too excited offensively, and it probably hurt our decision making some. But that's okay, because as long as you're competing and defending, now you got a chance, and now we've got some tape to look at and some things to work on in practice, and we can improve that decision making and go from there.
Steve, what do you think of Jordan? Jordan had 38.7 assists, and he looked like he had a wrist issue at some point. Do you know what happened there? And just what do you think of his overall game tonight, offense?
He's got a little flair for the dramatic. Jordan does. When he gets hurt, the whole world knows he's hurt. So he banged his wrist, and I saw him doing that, and then he went out and made like 3 threes in a row. So I figured the wrist was fine.
What do you think about his performance overall, though, offense?
I mean, he kept us in the game. He was amazing. He's playing with so much confidence. He can create space, and then he has the poise to, not rush his shot after he creates the space. And that's the maturity that he's shown here over the last couple of years as he's come into his own. His rookie year, he would create some space and just chuck it. He thought the defense was going to get out to him. Now he knows where his shots can come and when they're going to come, and he takes his time, and he just has great confidence.
Steve, you got 4 guys who've been just about every playoff situation. Does that compensate in a way, or how much does that help when you have so many guys who haven't been in that situation? Is that something they can convey, or you just kind of got to figure out how guys handle it when they get there?
Well, it's massive to have the 4 guys who have been there because they can share a lot of their experiences with the young guys, and then it's a matter of we'll see how it goes with the young guys, and once they get there, but only one way to find out. But I have a lot of confidence in the leadership within, given the success that those 4 have had. They've got championship medal, and that matters.
Particularly with Draymond back, it looks like Jordan is basically running the Steph stuff. Is that essentially just kind of folding him over what you do with Steph?
A lot of hitting handbacks and pick and rolls and off ball stuff, and Jordan has taken on a huge responsibility this year, and he's had a few different roles. Whether he's started next to Steph, come off the bench, now starting for Steph, and he's handled all of them really well.
In that first quarter, especially early in the game, seemed like you guys had a little trouble executing in the half court and getting the stuff you want out of the half court. And what turned things around was when the game got a little more chaotic and there was some running there and things of that nature. Are there levers you can pull as a coach to get the team to play faster? I imagine the word defense might come up in your answer. And how do you want to tighten up the execution you're getting out in those half court sets?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, defense and rebounding allows you to get out and run. And Draymond, one of the things that Draymond does for us is he increases our pace and just pushing the ball, made or missed. And so we're trying to get our wings to run, sprint out to the corners, create some space. And then in the half court, we obviously we're a work in progress, and we've got to continue to practice and execute some of our stuff and see if we can get better there.
We're very self-critical. A couple minutes ago, Steve said that this was your best game since you came back. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I led better. I thought in the first half my body language was terrible. Everything that went wrong, I let it get to me. In the second half, I just played and led. And I think, I know that's what I have to do. Everything else will take care of itself. But a part of the reason I said I've been so bad, I haven't been leading. I haven't been talking. And so I thought from that standpoint, I was a lot better. And everything else will follow that.
He did say he thought you were maybe a step quicker to the ball, step quicker in rotations. Physically, did you feel like a little bit sharper?
Yeah, I did. That was a tough road trip, especially for it to be my first road trip. I mean, essentially, since the road trip in December on the East Coast. And to jump back into a 5 and 7 nights. I mean, earlier this morning, I was exhausted. Like, I told Rick before the game, like, I'm exhausted. But I got in with Rick today and kind of did a full body cleanup and just kind of got my limbs back moving the right way, got a good activation session in. And I saw my baby girls. So that was helpful as well.
What was kind of the strategy going in between you and Kevon as far as slowing down Payton?
I think, he's a big dude. So you want to meet him early. I try to make him catch the ball high. But just really trying to do your work early. A guy that size, if you're going to meet him at the restricted area, you're in trouble. And so, as you can see, the times that he catches in the restricted area, he's tough to handle. You make him catch it outside of there, you got a better chance. So, thought just really doing our work early, and you get him with 16 points on 17 shots, that's a win. So, thought we did a pretty decent job there, but can still be better.
Did you see glimpses of what this team was earlier on tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't do moral victories around here. We've won way too much to have moral victories. But I think tonight we found ourselves. We found our competitive spirit. We found our defense. And that's something that we can build on. Now when we play again Saturday's going to be a tough game. And it's a meaningful game. So, we got to make sure that we come out, play our brand of basketball. And, if we come out and do that, we play the same brand of basketball that we played today, cut down on 21 turnovers, we'll give ourselves a chance to win. And I think, we do those things. I have no doubt that we will.
Jordan, what you guys on defense kept yourselves in the game, but what do you think of Jordan and the way he performed and kind of in the role of Steph almost at times?
I thought he's been incredible, not just tonight, but overall. I mean, 9 rebounds, like that was huge. One of them down the stretch, he came in and got the rebound and D-Book fouled him. Those are the plays. That's the growth that you want to see. Those are the things that wins games and ultimately wins playoff series, which ultimately wins championships. It's guards coming back clean. The big guys are going to be down there fighting Payton, Biombo, and so guards have to come back and clean those rebounds up. And I thought Jordan did a great job of that tonight with 9. Wiggs had 8 of them. So I thought that was pretty. Otto was 6. I mean, we all know Otto's a damn good rebounder, but those are the things that you look at it and you say, all right, we're moving the right way. So, there's some positive things that we can take away from this game, but ultimately we're still not out of the rut. We still got to continue to dig ourselves out.
It looked like JP was kind of mimicking some of Steph's activity on the court.
He was. the one where I caught the ball up top and he came out, it felt so nostalgic, just felt so normal and like clockwork. So, and the reality is, I think he's just learning. He's learning how to make the game easier for himself. One thing we know, and the world knows now, is he can score the basketball. He can get any shot he wants. As can Steph Curry. But what Steph does is Steph makes the game easy for himself. Steph will get off the ball. He'll move without the ball. When you move without the ball, naturally, guys are going to fall asleep. That's just the way this game works. I'll never forget Coach Kerr coming in here from the beginning and saying, like, a guy who's just standing there is the easiest guy in the world to guard. And, it's true. You just stand in the spot. A guy can watch the ball and turn back. You're still there. He can help and recover. But if you're moving, it's a lot harder to keep up with. And I think that's what he's starting to pick up now. It's like, get off the ball, keep moving, the ball will find you again. And, he's getting better at that, So now you look at how he's moving without the ball, and then at some point you add Steph Curry's movement back with the ball, without the ball, and that's dangerous, So I thought it was a step in the right direction.
He had a kind of long jawing session with CP3, maybe throughout the game, but they definitely in the second half. I don't know if you saw it, but is that almost like a positive that he's drawing this from Chris Paul and then he's giving it right back to him?
For sure. We're going back down to nobody. That's just not what we do here, And, what's this, his third year? I've never seen him back down to anyone. And, CP is no different. Now, when you get legends like Chris Paul arguing with you and you're young, that's a beautiful sign. That means, they know about you. You got them on alert, because if you didn't, he wouldn't waste his time talking to you. So it's a beautiful sign, and he didn't back down, and it's great to see. You want to go in the foxhole with guys like that.
The stuff between you and Crowder, just normal, within NBA competitiveness.
Yeah.
Draymond, how much of your potential success do you think will rely on the fact that you, Steph, Clay, Andre have played so many playoff games? And
I think that matters a lot, because you just know what to do. You know what to expect. You know how to win games. So I think ultimately that'll be something that we can draw from a lot. And having guys that's been there, that understands what it takes to reach that next level. So that's something that we'll lean on a lot, but until then, we got to continue to get better.
the other guys, are you seeing things that make you feel good about how they'll react to that environment, or can you not tell?
Tonight for sure. Like I said, this road trip and even moving further past that backwards, I'm not sure what team we've been. But tonight is the team that I know. Tonight is the team that tonight is the team that we've been for the majority of the year. So like I said, you cut back on 21 turnovers and put a pretty good game together. So I think guys, you love to see guys step up to the challenge that hasn't been in those situations. And now, we just need to add the mindfulness, but you can get there if you have the competitive side. But if you don't have the competitive side, the mindfulness don't matter. You can't get there. So step one, we've now got that. You have to build on that. And then we can work our way to step two.
They better give Jordan Poole that rebound. I'll tell you that.
Gary, what happened that you saw you limping off there in the second half there? What happened and how you feeling now?
Yet again, I tweaked my ankle, but I'll be all right. It's just a little sore. I'll be good. I did it by myself, so it's just unfortunate. I'll be all right though.
Defensive energy definitely looked like it was there this whole game. Did you know that was coming? Could you feel that this team was ready to turn it up defensively?
We kind of been lacking that the last, I don't even know how many games it's been, but just try to get back to our spark that we had our first 40 games. Come out and be the aggressor on defense, and when we be aggressive, the whole game is officiated differently, and it just shows people that that we're here and we're trying to hit first. So just trying to get that intensity and feel back on the defensive side of just trying to hit first.
How much do you, I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but how much do you enjoy playing against guys like CP and Book?
Oh, it's great. Playing against, superstars and guys like CP has been here, D-Book, do what they do and affect the game, the way they do. I just take it as a challenge, try to slow them down, just try to disrupt their offense and disrupt things they do on the offensive end. So every night, I know I got to see somebody every night. So it's just a thrill to, lace them up and get after it.
How do you maintain the same level of energy no matter who's in front of you?
I wake up and I come to work. So I don't know how to say it. It's just I know my job, and that's part of my job to bring that every day. So just come and bring it, and hopefully, it rubs off on everybody like it has to do on me. We got guys, Draymond and Wiggs, everybody stepping up, and I'm just trying to feed off each other.
What's Andre's return done for that bench unit?
It slowed us down a lot, and get us, mentally mindset right. He talks to us a lot. He guides us on the court. His talk on the court is amazing. Have guys in the right place, put guys in the right place, and just his leadership out there and his playmaking ability, it changes a lot. And I think that's another piece that helped us get going tonight. Thanks, guys. Make sure Jordan Poole gets that rebound, though.
Which one?
The last one, the loose ball one, yeah, they didn't count it.
That came to be the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the bonus and we were down 3. So if I would have dribbled the ball up anymore, they would have took a foul. We would have shot 2 free throws, and we wouldn't have had a chance to get a 3 up. Yeah, that's how I just kind of tried to get a look up, I guess.
Did you think they were coming to were you hoping to get 3 free throws or just hoping to hit the shot?
Probably get 3 free throws. I mean, obviously I was shooting to make it, but they also sent a trap. It was a guy in the middle and a guy on the half court line. I mean, so it really wasn't much to do. That's about it.
Jordan, what happened with your wrist? Did you fall on it? It looked like you've kind of fell on it, and then for a while it was bothering you. It was pretty clear. Didn't stop you, but it was visible.
Nah, a little bruise during the game. Nothing crazy.
Obviously, you had a huge scoring night, but Draymond was raving about your rebounding and other factors. And that last one, last defensive rebound you got fouled on. I guess you didn't get credit for the rebound yet.
You think I should have got credit?
Yes, I do.
Make sure they know that.
I think it'll be noted.
Yeah, for sure.
How much pride are you putting into that kind of stuff these days?
I mean, you just got to try to make winning plays at the end of the game. Crash, try to get just any position that we can. It was a big rebound. Sent us to the line for 2. But at the end of the game, it's just more so about trying to make the plays to put us in a position to win.
Saw you and CP3 getting in a little jawing match. Draymond said it was a beautiful thing that Paul wouldn't be, focusing on you unless you're a good player, unless you got his attention.
Yeah.
Did you consider it that? And what was that like when he's going at you?
I mean, it's playoff atmosphere, and you came back down from anything. It's a really good team over there, and they have really good players, but we're here and we're stepping up to the challenge every single time. So, I mean, if somebody got something to say, I'll probably say something back.
Then get you going? Is it?
It was a little bit too late. If he was trying to get me going, I feel like I was already going a little bit. But I mean, it's nothing I'm not used to. That's how I played growing up my entire life. I mean, I'm never really the one to initiate it, but if somebody wants to talk, it's pretty good to have people like Draymond and Andre and guys behind you who are also willing, and Juan and Gary and Otto and Loon, Steph, Clay. So when you talk, guys got your back. So
The numbers would suggest you made a massive leap in your career in March. Do you feel like this was a breakout month for you?
I mean, I don't know what you mean.
I mean, you averaged 25 a game, 15 straight, 20-point games, led the NBA and made threes. I mean, big numbers this month. Like, basically,
You already know what I'm about to say.
I'm just wondering if you feel like your game.
I mean, I feel good right now. I mean, a lot of every shot that I'm shooting that I've shot, I've practiced over and over and over, and I've been running the same plays. We've been running the same plays since the beginning of the season. So, you kind of catch rhythm. It's a long season, and I mean, I guess I'm just personally able to capitalize right now. It feels good, but I mean, we got to win games, to be honest.
How about your shot, particularly though? I think you shot like 45% or something from 3 in March. Is that really coming along to another level, do you think?
Feels the same. Everything feels the same. I mean, I'm just they going in.
Night like this, when the defense is keeping you guys in the game for the most part, Clay's shot is struggling, Wiggs is coming and going. Do you feel taking it upon yourself to, okay, I got to generate some offense from the point position?
I just try to go out there and make the best play, not only for my teammates, but for everybody else. We were getting Clay a lot of good looks, and every shot he took, we were okay with. The same thing with Wiggs, and these guys are huge shot makers, and we know that. And even if they didn't go in today, they're going in next game, the game after that, playoffs. So just come back to this, and these guys are big time players, and they're capable of making big time shots, and it's just a matter of time.
You mentioned a playoff like atmosphere or even playoff atmosphere. Do you guys almost feel like the playoffs sort of have begun right now?
Nah, bro, we got to focus on the games that we got coming up. Don't look too far ahead. Just be where our feet are and continue to try to get better. Go to the drawing board and just try to get better as a team. So when the playoffs do come, we feel ready.
All right, let's go to one on Zoom. Christos, go ahead.
Jordan, how nights like this motivate you, both you and the whole team, to get better?
Say it one more time.
How nights like this motivate you, both you personally and the whole team, to get better?
We went out there, we just competed, we played hard. Obviously we felt like we should have won the game, but it's things we got to fix, things we got to work on, and there's definitely some positives to this. Definitely some positives. So we just go back to the practice, go back to the drawing board, and find ways to get better.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Nothing tomorrow for us. We will practice on Friday.